Go.
Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to day 4, the final day of boot camp. Yay! And I know that there have been quite a few challenges, a lot of illness, a lot of bad weather that has gotten people into what they want to do. But I have to say that despite all that, I'm really excited about the progress that each of you has made in just 4 short days, actually 3 short days, because this is day 4. We're not even into the 4th day yet. And I hope you are too, because sometimes we can get down on ourselves if we don't make it to that final goal right away. And so, all I want to tell you is if by the end of the assignment today, if you are not at your goal for the number of parties that you want to schedule, don't beat yourself up. It's okay. Celebrate your progress, but also don't just stop doing what you've been doing. Take all the lessons that you've learned from all the days of boot camp and schedule it into your day. Make some calls each day. Every time you go out, oh, Rick, I forgot to turn off my phone. Let me put that over there. When you go out and about, make sure it's part of what you do now. Develop new habits based on the ideas and the skills that you've learned from boot camp. I have to say that I think one of the biggest mistakes a lot of new consultants make, and I was guilty of it myself when I was new, is that I would schedule just enough parties to not be out of business. But I stopped short of scheduling enough to be on track for my goals. And I think a lot of people do the same thing. It wasn't until I made the decision to say, I'm not going to stop until I get to that magic number. Some other people might beat me to that magic number, but that's okay. This is not a race. So I want you all to stay committed to that number. Keep in touch with your director after boot camp is over and stay on track. Commit to action items each day as you're working to get to that number. Okay, so day 4 is the wrap-up day. We're going to be doing a few things today. First, you're going to be looking back to your prior 3 days, and you're going to be tying up loose ends, okay? Look back on day 1. I know a lot of people scheduled parties, but they also had leads, people that needed to check their work schedule or check with their mom to see if they could use their house because they needed the location or whatever. Or people said, oh, this sounds really great, but I'm just really busy right now. Can you call me back? Take a look at that list. Have you connected with everybody? Chances are, if you're like me or most of the people I've been talking to, there's still a few loose ends that need tying up. Put those people on the top of your priority list to reach out to today. Look at your day 2, all those Facebook people that you reached out to. Have you connected with all of those people, those conversations that you started? If not, put that on your list to do today. If you were healthy enough to get out and do those out and abouts, there should be follow-up to do on those as well. My suggestion is to send out an email to every single person who filled out a slip, thanking them for taking the time for filling it out and sharing a recipe. Just cut and paste a recipe from the website just as a thank you for filling out the form, and tell them you'll be calling the winner today. And then you can then call them. And when they see your number on the phone, they're going to think they won. And the truth is, you can make them all be winners if you'd like. Think of what you offered. I know I had said just recommending, hey, anybody who fills out a slip is going to get their name in a drawing for a free cookbook. So if you are willing to give away quite a few Season's Best Recipe booklets, you can call each person that filled out a slip, thank them for taking the time, and say, congratulations, you won. Remember I said you were going to be receiving a cookbook, and I'm happy to put that out in the mail to you in the next day or 2. However, I'm offering to actually sweeten the pot even further. If you have me over for a cooking show in the next 30 days, instead of a cookbook, I'll throw in whatever. Sweeten the pot. Maybe say you'll bring the ingredients and 2 cookbooks to them, or you'll give them an extra 15 in free product. Or if you've got a lot of things in your basement, just pick out something that's a little bit bigger than a cookbook and say, I will bring that item to your party on the night of your show or the day of your party. So that way, everybody who filled out a slip, even if they checked off no to a show, you can still bring the subject up. Sometimes when people are filling out slips, it's sort of like that first question we ask at a full service checkout when it comes to the shows. How many of you have had people that check off no, 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 no at a party, but then they come to the full service checkout and they still end up booking, right? Happens all the time. So this strategy will help you start a conversation with even the people who've checked off no's, because chances are some of them have checked off no because of a hesitation that we can easily solve for them. And so by starting this conversation, it's going to open up that door. Some of the people are going to be sticklers and they're going to say, nope, just mail me that cookbook. And that's okay too. But others will offer their the reasons for their no, they have, and all of a sudden you'll be able to find a solution for them. And you know what? You can even get a booking or two from the no's. So that's part of your assignment today as well. And then if that's not enough to keep you busy for a couple of hours because you don't have too many loose ends, then it's back to the phones. But this time for something a little bit different. It's what I call targeted calls. Okay, there are some times when we just go to the phones and do what we did the other day, just sort of call everybody and anybody, New Year's resolution to reach out to people. And guess what? If you are on a roll with that and you're really comfortable with that, and you've been in business long enough to have a lot of more names on your list, you can return to that if you want. However, another thing that we can do that I've definitely done in the past that has worked for me is targeted calls. And what I mean by that is I come up with something that I'm really excited about, and I'm going to be calling a specific group of people that might be interested in that. For instance, a while back, I wanted to do more daytime parties during the week. I thought there's probably other people out there who are home during the day, during the week, and they probably know other people who are home during the day, during the week, who might be interested in having a party. So I called up those people that I knew. These weren't always customers. I've been doing yoga now for about a month and a half, and I always go to the morning classes. Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings at 10 a.m. is when I've been going. Well, guess what? There's a whole room full of people that are going to yoga at that time too. Chances are their work schedule would allow them to have a daytime party. So I could call all these people that I've met from yoga and just say, hi, this is Karen Batty. We do yoga together. And I'm not sure if you know this, but I'm actually a Pampered Chef consultant. And for the new year, I have vowed that I want to do more daytime parties. So I was just touching base because I know you go to yoga during the daytime. And I was just wondering, would you be interested in maybe having some friends over that you know who are home during the day, getting some free products, that sort of thing? If they say no to that, well, the backup plan can be for me to have a daytime customer appreciation or some kind of show of my own. So if they say, oh, no, thanks, that sounds fun, but if they're a no for right now, I can say, well, I'm going to be having a daytime party. I'd love to invite you to that, and bring along any people that you know that are home during the day that might find that appealing. And maybe your work schedule doesn't allow you to daytime shows, but think about things that you might want to target. Another thing that I've done is I've called people that I know work full-time in an office, and I tell them, I heard this new idea that really seems to be a great fit for a lot of people, and that's daytime workplace shows. And so I was just reaching out because I'm trying to get in touch with people that I know that work in large places that might have an office that might allow me to come in for about 15 minutes during your lunch break. I'll whip you up a quick, easy recipe. You guys can all see what's new. And then, you can be the host if you're the one who invites me in, or we can make it a mystery host, however you want to work that. But you can target people that work in large offices and see who might be able to do either a noontime workplace show, or I've done them right at the strike of 5, right when work gets out, go there for a very quick after worked hours party. So that's another thing, another group that you could target. What I like about the targeted calls is that, and maybe this is all in my head, but belief is very important because belief determines actions, right? That in my mind, I don't feel like I'm coming across as desperate. I feel like I'm coming across as a business person working intentionally to build my business in a certain way. I'm looking for more daytime parties. I'm looking to get into more workplaces, things like that. Another group that you could target is you could say, I would like to do some Pampered Chef shows that are mini canned food drives, and I'm looking for some people who want to help feed the hungry. Would you be interested in maybe having a few friends over for a Pampered Chef party? You'll get free and discounted products, but guess what? We can help feed the hungry as well. Would you like to hear a little bit more about that? And what you do for the mini canned food drives, or what I do, is that I donate a product, a sizable item, not a Season's Best or citrus peeler, but a bigger item. Doesn't have to be huge, something $10 to $15. I will donate as the door prize for that show. The guests are encouraged to bring canned goods and non-perishable food items. For each item that they bring, they get a ticket. And I also sell tickets for $1 a piece, because half the people, or a quarter of the people, walk in and go, oh, I left all my stuff at home. So they can buy a ticket for $1 a piece. 100% of the ticket raffles go to my food pantry that's right near my home. I let the host either give it to her food pantry, or I offer it to take it to mine. So you can do targeted calls like that. You can target people that you know that just got engaged over the holidays, because you want to promote bridal shower shows. Realtors, you can call a bunch of realtors that are in your area. You don't have to know them. Look them up on the white pages. If you're willing to drive to them, give them a call. Tell them you've got ideas on how they can get closing gifts at a great price. They can buy in bulk, and it can be a party. If they're not sure what to get, they can have a sort of a standard show first, so they and all their realtor friends can see what Pampered Chef products are all about, and then they can decide later if they want to buy in bulk for closing gifts and things like that. Anybody else have any ideas that they want to chime in with? Things that they're thinking about, or things that they've done in the past that have worked as far as targeting, a certain group of people?
Well, I was just thinking what you said about, being a strong business person and targeting like office shows, but we can turn that around just a little bit and say, I know you're very busy and I know your time is precious. I have a way that you can take advantage of the party that you wish you could have. I can come, these are people you'd be inviting anyway, so why don't I just come and do a quick mini demo for you? And rather than I'm looking to build my business, I'm looking for ways to help people who are really tight on time to get the stuff that they want. And just that little twist. And also, as far as realtors go, realtors have no problem picking up the phone and calling anybody. So they cannot be offended. They will probably respect and admire us if we pick up the phone and call them out of the blue. They'll go, wow, this is really somebody who's working their business.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, it's the belief.
And if you're a newer consultant, this is a way to add people onto your list. If you feel like your list is too short, these don't have to be realtors you can look them up in the phone book.
And realtors are always looking for something different and new to do.
Right. A lot of times they recruit leads, because our busiest time of year tends to be their slowest time of year, but they're looking closing gifts, and as David said, they're business people who have to build a customer base. So they're looking for, that reciprocal relationship. They're more likely to have a party with you if you say, oh my gosh, I'll recommend you to people I know who might be looking to buy a home or sell.
And the other thing with them would be, just think every time they use this, they will think of you immediately. Mm-hmm. So you will always be, your name and your everything will always be in front. Every time they put that deep covered baker in the microwave, they're going to think of you. Mm-hmm. So.
Yes. Another way to target, a group of people is if you want to do cooking with kids shows. You can be calling people that who have children. And maybe they said no thank you to a party before, but that might have been a while ago. And if you call them and you say, oh my gosh, I heard about this great new idea. It's called the Cooking with Kids shows. And I would really love to do these. I just think they'd be so much fun and so valuable, getting kids, learning how to cook in the kitchen, and promote it. Say, would you like to hear about, what that might what that might look like to see if it's something you might want to think about doing. So you can reach out to some of the people that you might have reached out to before. But again, with the realtors, you can offer a small business, pamper a small business, where you go in and you offer to bring a dip or something and show them how you made it. And bring catalogs in, and you call them up and you say, oh, I'm a Pampered Chef consultant. I'm new in the area, and I'm doing a Pamper Your Business, and I'd love to come in for 15, 20 minutes, however long. It's like a mini demo to pamper all of you. Would you like that? And what day? So it's a way to expand your customer base as well. Another way to target is if you've been in business a while, you know that when you're entering orders, sometimes people put things on a wish list. And if you're really good about entering those wish list items, you can run a report for that. If not, it might take a little work to figure out, where did I put all those people who wanted to eat covered bacon? Because isn't it on special in February? I don't even know what the specials are yet.
It actually is.
Okay, thought so. So is the mini knife block set, so you can run a report to see who wanted those. That's a way to schedule a party in that early part of February. It's just another way to kind of have some targeted groups. You can call local businesses or local things in the area that might want fundraisers. You can call local schools, local churches, local hospitals to promote Pampered Chef fundraisers. You can ask who's in charge of fundraising first. And when you call, introduce yourself. And you're not saying, do you want to schedule a Pampered Chef fundraiser? But I'd love to schedule some time, a few minutes for us to talk so I can tell you how a Pampered Chef fundraiser could work for your organization. And then once you've scheduled that call, if you're not sure what the heck you're going to say to them, call your director. We will help you with that. Okay. Any other ideas that people have used for making targeted calls?
I'm also thinking about the hair and nail salons, and maybe spend a couple of hours there and say, hey, can I set up? You're going to have people in and out, people sitting under the dryer, people waiting for nails to dry. Is it okay if I set up a little table? I'll give you a deep covered baker if you let me come in and do this. A deep covered baker for us doesn't cost all that much. And if that's just a suggestion.
That's a big one. You don't have to
well,
offer
it is, but I mean something. A muffin pan, a brownie pan or something. Let me come in. Do you mind if I do that? And because those people, there's always new people coming in and going out, and somebody is going to be interested in something. That's really buckshot.
And the nice thing about the salon is people aren't in and out in 5 minutes. They're in,
right.
They're getting their nails done, they're getting their hair done, and they're sitting. And they have plenty of time to flip through the catalog. Absolutely.
If nothing else, think of all the gossip you'll hear.
Absolutely. Okay. All right. So hope lessons that will be learned from this assignment is that we can build our customer base this way, because these not all targeted calls are targeted toward the people that we currently know and that are in our inner circle. And we don't sound desperate. I do believe we look like business people who are working to grow their business intentionally. And that's the kind of person a lot of people want to do business with. So your assignment for today, again, follow up with all your leads from your prior day's assignments, but then pick one or two groups for targeted calls. Gather the names and numbers and just start dialing. Remember, you can use your customer appreciation show as a backup plan for any of the people that you talk to who are intrigued but not ready to say yes to whatever it is that you're offering. And then please send me an update. How many live cooking shows do you now have on your calendar for the month of January and the first week of February? And when exactly are these parties? How many more parties do you still need to meet your goal? And then please, 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 this is so important because every time I do a boot camp, I change it up a little bit. Please tell me the 3 most important things that you learned during boot camp. What helped and maybe what could be different to make it even better. And then let me know how you plan on working your business differently as we move forward out of boot camp. If you plan to do so, if you plan to Okay. All right. So that's the assignment for today. And I'll stay on for any questions, comments. But Rick, we could probably turn the recording off at this point.